Hi again. Um, so now I'm going to talk about symptoms and information about the baby that happened in the first and the second trimester. I had been taking little notes periodically. Um, can't really see it on my phone after doctor appointments, so I have a little bit. Um, and from what I remember, I'll go and tell you what happened. Um, so January 18th was when I actually tested positive. Um, February 19th was the first time that I heard her heartbeat. That was the six-week ultrasound picture that I showed you in the ER. Um, I heard the heartbeat, but they didn't show it to me. March 19th, um, there was a um, not an ultrasound, but where they use the Doppler, and that was 151 beats per minute. Uterus is just below my belly button, and the big reveal ultrasound was scheduled for April 16th, and that um, is when I officially found out from my OB that we were having a girl, and it looks like I didn't write down what her heartbeat was at that point, but it's always stayed right around the 150s. Um, May 14th, um, her heartbeat was 132, and the uterus is just now above my belly button, and she weighed 15 ounces. And that would have been the 22-week ultrasound, I believe. And then I know when I went to the ER, I go to the ER a lot, not really, but when I went to the ER, about 2 weeks ago or so, her heartbeat was staying right around the 150s pretty much the whole time I was there. I went to the ER because my um, new OB, I mentioned way back, I think in my first video, um, that she wanted me to try and wean myself off of Zofran. So I did. I tried, and my hypermesis just came back and I was vomiting everything. So I had to go to the doctor because I was freaking out that I was dehydrated, which I found out that I was really dehydrated. So they had to pump me full of fluids and stuff like that. So first trimester symptoms, I think I've touched on obviously the hypermesis. That was pretty bad. Um, I without Zofran, I would not have been able to make it through the first trimester at all. It was pretty bad. Um, I vomited everything. I had absolutely no energy. Was always tired. Not necessarily always sleeping, as I've heard. Sometimes that happens to people. They nap a lot. I wasn't napping a lot. I was just exhausted. I had no energy to do anything. I had a lot of um, lower back pain, which my doctor told me that it was um, just my ligaments and stuff being stretched. I'm trying to think about what else. Um, Stuff like that. My first trimester was just really bad, and it felt like it lasted forever. It really did. And then once I got to my second trimester, they call the second trimester the honeymoon phase, and for me, it really, really was the honeymoon phase. Once I got to about, maybe about 16 weeks or so, the vomiting just like completely went away, and my appetite came back. I was able to eat again. In the first trimester, I was just basically eating liquids, because I couldn't really handle real food. The smell of anything um, with any sort of seasoning just sent me over the edge. Ugh. I hated the smell of sausage being cooked. I hated onions, garlic, any kind of seasoning, like, was not having it. But in the second trimester, I definitely got more tolerant um, of that. I still don't like the smell of onions, but at least I can be around it and not feel like I'm going to vomit. So that's good. And I can cook with seasonings now. So that's really good because bland food is not awesome. I'm trying to think. Second trimester, my second trimester was just awesome, basically. I mean, it couldn't have gone any better. I was able to finally just eat, and so I knew that she was getting um, the nutrients and stuff that she needed. I slept perfectly. I bought, as you can see from behind me, one of those pregnancy pillows, um, and that was awesome. I still sleep with it now. Sorry. Sorry. Um, I still sleep with the pregnancy pillow now just because I've become accustomed to it. And it's just really comfy. Now that my belly is just so big, I rest my belly on that and it just feels amazing. Um, now I'm fresh into the third trimester, so I can't really talk about how that's going. But so far it's good. I have definitely, there are times where I get a little nauseous, but I'm not at the point where I'm throwing up or whatever has come back. I'm just really excited for this pregnancy to be over. With every passing day, I get more and more excited. So, yeah, I think that's about it for basically the first and second trimester as far as um, symptoms and stuff went. I believe I've touched on the fact I never really had any type of cravings or anything. I did notice that in the second trimester, though, I was eating a lot more sweets, so that's bad. um, but good. I have my glucose test scheduled for my next doctor's appointment, which is, that's a good question. When is my next doctor's appointment? I keep my whole life on my phone. My next doctor's appointment is July 10th, and I will be about 30 and a half weeks then. On July 3rd, that's when I start my birthing basics class, and that is going to last either 3 or 4 weeks, I don't remember. And then by the time that class is over, we'll be like pretty much all the way through July. And after those classes, I begin the breastfeeding classes, and that'll take me until about the middle of August. By the time we hit August, we're practically like, we're almost there. I can't believe it. I'm so excited. Just thinking about it makes me really happy. And if you guys have any questions or anything for me, go ahead and ask away. I'm pretty much an open book, as I'm sure you guys can already tell. But yeah, just ask away, and I hope you all have a really good rest of your week, and take care.